I still think of the 1970s. Am I the only one that thinks of the 70s 30 years ago?
Yeah.
The 90s were
going
to be 30 years ago.
Kind of flew by, but anyway.
But Robert designs our line of watches here at QVC, the Ecclissi line, and he does incredible things. And I think this one is probably, Robert, you know, I'm only a few years in here at QVC, the most elegant and the most detailed I've seen of your watches come across my path.
Thanks. So, well, this debuted just I guess
for
2
Gem
or 3
Day.
weeks ago, and then our big gem event, extremely popular. In fact, one of the colors we don't have today, the gold tone in turquoise, because it did sell out. We still have a few left in the 3 remaining options. So we've concentrated here on this beautiful Ethiopian opal, and of course we have the version with the Kingman turquoise, beautiful Arizona sky blue turquoise. It's almost identical in a lot of ways to the Sleeping Beauty turquoise. So you look at some of these pieces, they just really coordinate perfectly.
If you picked up that, we started the show with this Kingman turquoise ring. So if you pick that up, now you have the perfect watch to go with it. I will tell you, in the turquoise, we only have the white available because you just heard Robert say the gold sold out on Gem Day. I don't have many left of the white, so you want to jump on this if you love your Kingman turquoise and you're liking this watch. The Ethiopian Opal, you can see that in the yellow, and you can see that in the white as well. 6 easy payments of $33.17. And that Ethiopian opal has a mother of pearl face to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Okay. That's really the gemstone that's going to coordinate best with the Ethiopian opal that we can actually cut the dial face in. And it really matches back almost perfectly. I just want to point out the cabochon depth on all of these watches, but especially in the opal, because it's that depth of those cabochons, okay? Because they're like, I think, almost 4 millimeters in height. That actually helps give you that deep luster and opalescence that you want to see in the Ethiopian opal. And as I know I've heard Peyton repeat many times here at QVC, we're so very strict at QVC in the color undertones that we'll accept in the Ethiopian opal. We really want to go for those blue undertones in the opal. You really see it pop.
Oh, it's
absolutely
gorgeous.
Depending on the light, you'll just get that gorgeous color play on that. Really, absolutely one of my favorite new gemstones that we've introduced in the Ecclissi Facets collection. And you know, you mentioned the detail on this, Stacy, and we really wanted this particular timepiece to truly, I mean, our motto at Ecclissi is that we create jewelry that tells time. But you know, and you know, we obviously have a variety of designs. In this particular watch, we really wanted to emulate a tennis bracelet style, a line bracelet style, something that will just, you know, sit on the wrist. You can layer it. It's going to just drape beautifully next to, you know, hard cuffs or tennis bracelets, what have you. But we really wanted that continuity. So you really see how the stones flow around the wrist and under the wrist. So you don't have any break in this beautiful look of the gemstone here. And all of the texture we've brought to this beautiful, almost stamped mill grain that is really evocative of the finest designer jewelry. This is designed and produced to be worn with your designer jewelry. This is designer jewelry that tells time.
I love it. And again, look at the texture. Now, I want to show it to you because it was a great call out by you, Robert, to talk about the cabochons and how they're just, look at how they're lifted up in domes. So you
very generous amount of each gemstone there.
Gorgeous.
It's because it's the only way, you know, those could have been cut much flatter, Stacy, but if we did that, you just wouldn't have that depth there.
Exactly.
You wouldn't have that depth of the beautiful color. There you see our clasp system. So it almost it's almost like invisible, just a continuity of the beautiful texture. But you have 3 clasps on this watch. So you have 2 that are removable. The beauty of this is that you can, first of all, size this right out of the box. Okay, you can size this right out of the box. So each one of these clasps come off and can add in or remove about 1/4 of an inch. So you have beautiful sizing flexibility there. to get to your perfect wrist size, but also, you know, to actually, like, sometimes you'll want to wear your watch a little more draped. Other days, maybe you want it a little bit more snug underneath a shirt or shirt cuff or something like that. So you have that flexibility there, and you don't have to go to a jeweler or anything to do that. You can do that right out of the box. So it's instant gratification, which is what we all love, right?
I'll tell you what, Robert, it looks like this watch could be thousands of dollars. It's
Absolutely.
less, it really does all that detail.
Likelihood, it very well would be, Stacy. These are watches that we do exclusively for QVC, okay? You will not, and I say this a lot when I'm here at QVC, you know, go out and search on the internet, put in Ethiopian Opal watch. I'm not sure anything will come up. This obviously will come up from our collection here at QVC. It might be one of the only timepieces out there that you're going to find like this, or for that matter with the Kingman Turquoise. These are absolute collectible items. They're not something that you're going to see on everybody else walking around. You know, conversation pieces and beautiful fine jewelry. And
it's stainless steel, so it's durable.
Beautiful,
that's what the high-end designer uses.
Steel, exactly.
It's water resistant, and again, you don't have to worry about a size. So for mother, give it to her and say with a note, thank you for all the time and sacrifice you gave to this family. To your sister, time heals all wounds, because all you did was bicker and fight when you guys were growing up.
I love that,
Or to the graduate, Robert.
Absolutely.
So you're never late to work, right? Those are just some ideas. Robert, it was wonderful having you as part of our show. 6 easy payments for that watch. Remember, if you wanted the Kingman Turquoise, very, very few left in that.